Hi yogis, welcome to this feel good 30-minute vinyasa flow for self-love. We begin in an easy seat with one hand on the heart and one hand on our lap, resting upon our knee. Go ahead and softly close your eyes, find a straight spine, and just breathe into your heart center. You can feel your hand rising up with your inhale and falling with each exhale as you breathe into this heart space. So go ahead and take a few breaths and just notice the air flowing into this space, filling up your heart center with new, clean, pure air. Take a few seconds. Begin to call to mind some qualities that you really love about yourself. So we're practicing generating feelings of self-love. It's very important to have this relationship with yourself. So begin to call to mind some things that you really love about yourself. It could be physical, emotional, character traits, whatever it is, actions. Just take some time to appreciate these wonderful traits that you have. Or these wonderful actions that you do on a day-to-day basis. With that, go ahead and take your hand off of your heart. Lean your torso forward, to the right, back and round through your spine, tuck the chin, to the left, and back around to the front. So making this big circle with our torso, let's do that 2 more times. Inhaling as we lean forward, and exhaling as we round our spine and lean backwards. Moving in the same direction for 1 more circle, keeping our eyes closed. And keep calling to mind those things that you love about yourself. As we change directions and reverse the circle for 3 times. Nice and slow, moving with your breath. Feeling the physical changes in our body as we call to mind things that we really appreciate about ourselves. And we'll find some stillness. You can flutter your eyes open or keep them closed. And go ahead and clasp your hands behind your back, forming a fist. Take this fist to the left side of your body, tucking it right into your hip crease. Tuck that elbow straight back behind you and draw your left ear towards your left shoulder. So you should feel a gentle stretch along the opposite side of your neck. Pulling that right shoulder down and away. Move back through center and take that fist over to the opposite hip crease. This time right ear drops towards your right shoulder. Tuck that right elbow straight back behind you. Feeling the gentle stretch along your shoulder, up to your ear. On the left side. We'll come back to center, keeping that bind behind our low backs. Inhale to puff up your chest, lift your heart to the sky. And then exhale, round forward, hinging from your hips. And let your bind fall towards the sky as you lean forward towards the earth. Inhale, rise back up. Release your bind, shake out your arms. And then extend your right leg out from your body at a 45-degree angle, leaving your left foot exactly as it is. Inhale your left arm up to the sky and over towards your toes. For a side body stretch, reaching towards those right toes. Maybe taking your gaze up towards the ceiling. hinging from the hip, not folding over the leg. Inhale back to center. Plant your left hand behind your left hip. Inhale, sweep your right arm high and overhead for a side body stretch. Sending those hips high, extending through that right leg. And then coming back to the earth, we'll swap out legs. This time the left leg extends at a 45-degree angle from the body. Sweep the right arm up and over, reaching towards those toes. Hips are grounded on the mat. Your next inhale brings you back up. You can plant that right hand outside your right hip and sweep that left arm up and over as you send your hips through. Coming back down to seated position, just bring your feet to one side, hips to the other, coming into tabletop, and then sending your hips through, opening up your heart as you come into cobra. You can keep your elbows bent or extend your arms. And then on your next exhale, just send it back into child's pose, maybe bringing your toes to touch, sending your knees wide. Just find a few deep breaths here as you release and surrender into your mat. On your next inhale, bring yourself back up into that tabletop. Tuck your toes and then send your hips back for downward facing dog. You have a few breaths to take whatever movements you need, really working into the back sides of our legs, the hamstrings, calves. When you're ready, just take the feet to the edges of the mat, finding a wide downward facing dog stance. And then bring your left hand to reach for the outside of your calf or ankle, finding a twisted downward facing dog. Breathe into it. You can move your hand higher towards your knee to lessen the twist. And then we'll take it to the other side. Right hand reaches for the outside of your left leg. Coming back to that downward facing dog, stepping our feet in to hip width distance. Begin to walk your feet towards your hands, coming into forward fold at the top of your mat. Maybe taking a ragdoll here by reaching for opposite elbows and letting your upper body sway from side to side. Feel free to keep a gentle or deep exaggerated bend in your knees to protect your hamstrings and find release in this posture. Go ahead and release your hands to the mat and slowly rise up to standing, one vertebrae at a time, letting your head and neck be the last to rise. Inhale, sweep your hands up to the sky. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Flutter your eyelids closed. I invite you to set an intention for the rest of your practice today. An intention to generate feelings of self-love. Maybe it's, I will speak kindly to myself. Or I will appreciate my body and all that it does for me. Maybe it's, I will cherish the time I spend alone with myself. Whatever you may choose, repeat it to yourself a few times and let the words sink into your soul. as you close your eyes and just breathe here in mountain. On your next inhale, sweep your arms up towards the sky. And on the exhale, sink into a chair squat and cactus your arms. Really open your heart towards the sky. Inhale, rise up, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands and step back into plank pose. We'll flow through our vinyasa. Hinging forward onto our tiptoes, lower halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Let's flow through that twice more. Inhale, look to the top of your mat. Exhale, travel there. Inhale, rise up nice and slow, one vertebrae at a time. Coming into mountain, fingertips towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Repeat your intention to yourself 3 times here. Inhale, mountain, sweep your arms high. Exhale, squat and cactus your arms. Open the heart. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands and flow through your vinyasa. Option to take it from your knees. Exhale, down dog. Take a deep breath here. And then we'll do it once more. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, travel there. Inhale, rise up, mountain pose. Nice and slow. Exhale, hands to heart center. Again, calling that intention to mind. Maybe repeating it 3 times. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, squat and open your heart. Cactus those arms. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Last time, flow through your vinyasa. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Take a deep breath here. Fill up your lungs completely. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, sweep the left leg high, 3-legged dog. Exhale, open up your hip. Drop the heel towards your glute. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Drop the back knee, untuck the toes. Inhale, sweep the arms high for Anjaneyasana, kneeling crescent. Go ahead and find a bind behind your low back. Inhale to puff up the chest. Let your hands trace the back of your hamstring. Look towards the sky. On your exhale, we'll find a humble warrior variation. Tucking that left shoulder blade into the left knee as you bow down. You can tuck your back toes for more stability here if you're having a hard time balancing. Inhale, rise back up. Kickstand your right leg to be perpendicular with your mat. Left hand reaches towards the inside of your left foot and right arm towards the sky. You can use that left elbow to really pry into your left knee. Inhale, rise up, coming into a modified warrior 2. And then reach that right arm behind you. Left hand comes overhead. Finding this full body stretch similar to what we did in the beginning of class. Sweep your top arm around, coming into gate pose. Inhale, rock forward. And then exhale, send your hips back towards your heels. Coming into a half child's pose with one leg extended. Breathing here. we'll rise back up, and this time thread the left arm underneath the right, bringing the left cheek towards the mat, coming into a gate pose twist. Inhale, rise back up, and curl your hands around to frame your foot at the top of your mat in that low lunge. Tuck your back toes and step your back foot in, coming into pyramid pose, straighten through both of your legs. Tuck your nose towards your knee and square your hips off by drawing the left hip back, right hip forward. In your next breath, bring your back foot to meet your front. And then squat and curl, coming into ball pose at the top of your mat, lifting your heels off the mat. You can keep your hands grounded or embrace yourself by wrapping your arms around your shins. Maybe finding a spot on the floor to gaze at to keep your balance. Exhale, plant your hands, step back into plank, and move through your vinyasa flow. Meeting in down dog, we'll switch it out and take the same thing on our right leg. So inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, find the hip opener. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, step it through low lunge. Drop the back knee, untuck the back toes. Inhale, sweep the arms high, Anjaneyasana. Send your left hip forward and right hip back to square your hips off. And then sweep your arms down and find that bind again behind your low back. Inhale to puff up your chest, look towards the sky. Exhale, find that grounded, humble warrior. Leaning forward, bowing down to the earth as your right shoulder tucks into your right knee. Again, you could tuck your back toes for stability. Inhale, rise back up, release the bind. Kickstand your back leg to be perpendicular with the mat. And tic-tac your arms to 6 and 12. Right hand is grounded by the inside of the right foot and the left arm reaches up towards the sky. Inhale, rise up to grounded warrior 2. And then exhale, plant your left hand behind you, right arm sweeps overhead. Extend through your right leg, side body stretch. Sweep your top arm to the earth as you come into gate pose. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, send your hips back into that half child's pose. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, sweep the right arm through, coming into gate pose twist. Breathe here into this twist. Right cheek makes a connection with the mat. Inhale, rise back up. Crawl your hands around to the front to frame your foot in that low lunge. Tuck your back toes and step the back foot in for pyramid pose. Extending through both legs, bringing knee to nose. Squaring off your hips by pulling that right hip back, left hip forward. And then stepping the back foot to meet the front, squat and curl, find ball pose. Maybe challenging your balance by wrapping your arms around your shins. You can always just wrap one arm and leave one grounded. Whatever variation serves you. Maybe this is a good time to embrace yourself and fill up with love and kindness. As you're ready, we'll just rock back into a seat using your hands to guide your sit bones towards the earth. Plant your feet firmly on the mat. We're going to move into a little bit of core. So this is option 1. Feet are planted, knees are bent. Arms extended straight out in front of you. And we're going to lower for a count of 4, keeping a straight spine and arms opening to let the love into our heart space for 4. Then we rise up for 4 and embrace ourselves at the top. The next option is to lift your feet off of the earth, bringing your shins parallel to the floor. Extend your arms forward and lower for 4 counts into low boat pose, low Navasana. Rise up for 4 counts and embrace yourself in a tiny ball at the top. So here we go. Let's do 4 of either variation, whatever your choosing is. Lower for 4. 3, 2, 1. Hold. And up, 2, 3, 4. Embrace yourself at the top. And we'll go again. Lower for 4. 3, 2, 1. Hold. Rise up. 3, 2, 1. Embrace yourself. Twice more. Lower for 4. 3, 2, 1. And hold. Up for 4. 3, 2. Embrace. Last one. Maybe challenging yourself with the boat pose variation. Lower 4. 3, 2, 1. Up, 2, 3, 4. Embrace yourself. And then come up to a seated position. We're going to stack both knees on top of each other. So let's stack the left on top of the right. Take your feet out to the side so your knees and shins are making a 90-degree angle. Plant your left hand behind your left hip and use your right hand to push away on the outside of your knee and find a gentle twist, looking towards the back of your mat. And then let's just windshield wiper our legs to the other side, coming back around and twisting the opposite way. So right hand's planted behind you. Left hand hooks onto the outside of your knee, finding a straight spine and twisting over your back shoulder. Come back through center, keeping your feet planted on the earth. Just lower your torso, nice and slow, one vertebrae at a time, down to the mat. Once you get there, go ahead and cross your left ankle over your right thigh, making a figure 4. And then just windshield wiper your legs gently from side to side, keeping your low back grounded, your shoulders grounded. Just letting those hips and legs move left to right. And then we'll find stillness and swap it out. Give yourself a moment to transition. And then let the right ankle cross over the left thigh and begin taking that windshield wiper motion when you're ready. Find stillness and give yourself a moment to just be. And then go ahead and tuck your knees to chest. Rock from side to side. Massage your low back. Bring your nose up to meet your knees, hugging yourself in a tight embrace. And on your exhale, let yourself crack open into Shavasana, letting your arms and legs fall out from your body, finding stillness and surrendering into your mat. I'll lead you through a short heart-opening meditation. Imagine a channel of light coming down from space and entering directly in through your heart. Imagine a pure white light shooting down through this channel, shimmering and glistening as it enters in through your heart space. It begins to fill up your whole body, filling up your head and face, moving down your neck and into your shoulders, moving down your arms and shimmering and glistening as it travels through to your fingertips. You see this white light fill up your heart, your chest, as it moves down through your torso, your back and abdomen. This light fills up your hips, moves through your thighs, your knees, trickles down your shins, and all the way into your toes. You can now see your whole body shimmering and glistening in this pure white light, this pure radiant energy. Notice how your body feels after being filled up by this vibrational energy. Bring to mind that intention you set for yourself earlier in class. That intention that will help you love and appreciate yourself more. That will help you love and appreciate every beautiful thing, small or big, in your life more. Repeat this intention, and maybe you notice that this light changes colors. Just observe this change. Notice how it feels in your body. Notice how your energy shifts. When you feel called to do so, you can start bringing movement back into your fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. Maybe reaching overhead for a full body stretch. Rolling onto one side for fetal position. Taking a deep breath here. And then making your way up into a seated position to close out class today. Inhale, sweep your hands up and overhead, gathering in all of the positivity in the air around you. Exhale, hands to your third eye center for wisdom. Bring your thumbs to your mouth for kind, positive, loving words, into your heart to be open as a channel to let love in and let love flow out like a river. Bow your head to seal your practice. Namaste. Thank you for joining me, yogis. I hope you enjoyed this practice. Maybe wrap yourself in a nice embrace to end class. Tell yourself, I love you. And I'll see you again in another video. Namaste.